You know that feeling when you mess up or you don't finish everything that you've planned and suddenly you start calling yourself lazy, unmotivated, or not enough? Yeah, we've all been there. So today I want to talk about giving yourself a break, because being too hard on yourself isn't making you better, it's just making you tired. So why are we so hard on ourselves? I think a lot of us grew up believing that we have to earn our worth. Like we constantly have to prove that we're doing enough, achieving enough, being enough. And when we're not hitting every goal or being productive 24/7, we feel guilty. But the truth is, you're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be human. Yeah? You're allowed to have off days, bad moods, slow progression. It doesn't mean you failed. Something I've noticed is that the way we talk to ourselves, we would never talk to people that we love like that. Like, I can't imagine one of my best friends coming to me and me giving them advice or like just a comforting ear and responding in some of the ways I've responded to myself in the past, and that I'm still rewiring and learning not to do. It's so important to speak to yourself like your friend, like someone you love. Speak to yourself like someone you love. If one of your friends came to you and was like beating themselves up and talking to themselves in a certain way, and this happened, and now look at me, I'm like this, you would straight away, being a friend, comfort them, remind them of all the great things they're doing. And it's just funny to me that we don't do that naturally to ourselves. When it comes to us, we go straight into attack mode. Try catching yourself when this happens and ask yourself, would I say this to someone I care about? If not, then maybe you shouldn't be saying this to yourself either. At the end of the day, you're not a machine. You're human, you have emotions, you're going to have different waves. It's not neutral every day, just keeping it here. We have fluctuations. Of course, you don't want it to be extreme, but life it's got a little wiggle to it. Do you know what I mean? It's never a straight line. So you need breaks. You need to take time. You need some moments of integration, some moments just to rest, just to give it a minute. And reminding yourself, it's not go, 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 go. I don't have all the answers. And being hard on myself when things are not going how I plan doesn't help the situation, The best thing you can do, especially when you're feeling frustrated, is try and soften and try and have a bit more compassion for yourself and look at all the good things that are happening in your life. Look at all the great steps that you're taking. And it can be small. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes I feel like we have to strip it all the way back. We're looking at the big steps, the big things that we're doing. Sometimes it's getting out of bed, getting yourself dressed, making sure the washing's done and doing the washing up. Maybe if you can get to the gym, maybe take a little walk. That, you know what I mean? Those little things, sometimes that's what you have to take it back to basics. Like, stop big, big, big every minute. It's more about day to day, hour to hour, just making sure that you're keeping your mind in check. You're pouring into yourself. You know what I mean? Well done. Right? There's no washing up in the sink. You know what I mean? It sounds small, but on those off days where it's just like, I don't even want to do anything, or it's feeling like too much, or I'm not really where I want to be, looking at those little things and just being like, you know what? You're doing your thing. Really and truly, you've got up, you've done you know what I mean? It's those little things like that. That's what I would say to my friends. If they came and was like, no, this is happening and, I'm just not where I want to be, or this didn't go as planned, or I didn't get this job, or I would be like, all right, well, what is going well? What have you done that you can pat yourself on the back? And that's what it comes down to, really and truly, because you know what I mean? You need to be friends with yourself. You can't be enemy with yourself. You've made it through things that you do not give yourself credit for. You've kept going on days when you didn't think you could. You know what that's called? Do you know what that's called? Strength. Yeah? You need to recognize what's going on. All right. So if no one's told you this lately, you're doing just fine. Okay? You're doing really, really well. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be kind to yourself while you're figuring it out. You know what I mean? It's a bit messy. The road isn't straight, but you are your safe space, and you have to make sure you're speaking to yourself as a friend when it looks like, you know what I mean? I've taken a left turn, dead end, don't know what's happening, road works now. Okay, still all right. This between the ears is the most powerful thing we've got going for us. And the way you speak to yourself is what you believe about yourself. You have to speak to yourself with kindness. You're growing, you're learning. That's enough. That is enough. But anyway, quick one today. So yeah, just remind yourself to speak to yourself with kindness. Treat yourself as a friend. This has been Real Talks. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one.